It's time again for the Science Bowl.
Zoo parade for 5. What big teeth the hippo has are actually a pair of these. Science potpourri for 10. Would a snake most likely eat every day? Every week, Dateline Science for 10. Why are some elephants wearing necklaces these days? Green things for 15.
And now, here's your host, Mr. Z himself, Dave Zarin.
Thank you and welcome to the Science Bowl. We're heading into the semifinals today. Let's meet today's teams. First, hailing from Glenarden Woods Elementary School, say hello to John Lee, Samantha Fu, and Jofel Lapira. And from Rockledge Elementary, here are Grace Avalos, Autumn Wilson, and Bradley Lineski. Now here are the categories of questions we use on Science Bowl.
Okay, Mr. Z, here's today's categories. Green things, questions about plants and all things green and growing. Zoo parade, a Noah's Ark of questions about animals. Body systems, we'll see how much you know about yourself, about things like breathing and growing and digesting your food. Let's get physical. Questions that test your knowledge of physics and chemistry, earth science and space science. Then there's science potpourri. Here's a grab bag of science questions, everything from air pollution to the kitchen sink. And finally, Dateline Science. We'll ask you about science history and science in the news.
Here on Science Bowl, we arrange our game board according to question difficulty, with easier questions worth 5 and 10 points, and the tougher ones worth 15, 20, and ultimately the toughest question of them all worth 50 points, worth 25 points. We start our teams out at 50 points. No penalties ever for incorrect answers. At the end of the 2 rounds, one of these 2 teams will come back, vying for the chance to become the first of our 4 finalists in this year's elementary school competition. So we have a lot at stake today. Let's make sure everything works properly. Samantha, would you try your buzzer for us, please? All right, the red team looks ready and raring to go. John and Samantha and Jofel. Autumn, would you try yours? Thank you, Autumn. Good luck to you, to Bradley, and to Grace. Let's have a good game. Everybody ready to do this?
Yes.
All right, we go alphabetically G before R. So Glenarden Woods and Samantha, let's start the ball. Give me a category and a number, please.
Let's get physical for 10.
Let's get physical for 10 points. Teams, we start out our question here, our game. Rock and ice released with magma sometimes can cause dirty thunderstorms to form above these. Glenarden Woods. Yes, ma'am.
Thunderstorm?
Not thunderstorm. No, thunderstorm was part of the question. Rock and ice mixing with magma can sometimes cause dirty thunderstorms to form above these.
Volcanoes?
Volcanoes, that's right. That's where the magma comes in. That was your clue. Go green, please.
Body systems for 10 points.
Body systems for 10 points. Teams, the Egyptians venerated and mummified the heart and the liver because they thought they were far more important than what cerebral organ? Rockledge?
The brain?
The brain, yeah. They threw the brain away. They didn't think it was anything at all. They thought the seat of a person was in the heart. Imagine that. Go again, green.
Dateline Science for 5 points.
Dateline, 5 points. Teams, a new study links high intelligence with pumping iron. So just think how much smarter Einstein could have been if he lifted a few what? Rockledge?
Weights.
That's right. If he'd pumped a little bit of iron, you know, who knows what kind of theories he could have come up with. All right, good answer. Go green.
Zoo parade for 10 points.
Zoo parade for 10 points. Teams, Charles Darwin could not figure out why male peacocks had such elaborate feathers. It didn't help them to fly. It made them more susceptible. Yes, Glenarden Woods.
To mate.
Give me a little more.
They strut and like flutter their feathers to like attract mates.
That's exactly right. Yes, they appeal to the other sex. Absolutely right. Good. All right, Glenarden Woods, you're on the board now. Samantha, you choose.
Let's get science potpourri for 10.
Science potpourri for 10 points. Teams, if you can imagine this, some of the remedies to cure this are wrapping a dirty sock around your neck, putting skunk oil on your chest, and eating snake skin. What rhinovirus-caused winter malady that has no cure was thought to be cured by those? Rockledge.
A cold.
The common cold, absolutely right. People have tried all kinds of things. Those are just some of the more bizarre. All right, Rockledge 85, Glenarden Woods 60. Green go.
Green things for 5 points.
Green things for 5 points. Teams Harvard, Yale, and Princeton belong to this league. Yes, Glenarden Woods.
The Ivy League?
The Ivy League, yes, I was about to tell you. Named for the clinging vines that go up the sides of their classroom buildings. Nicely done. 65-85. Samantha, go.
Green things for 10.
Green things for 10 points. Teams, some people build special cellars on their house where the temperatures are low and the humidity is steady. And the cellar is named for these subterranean plant parts like turnips and carrots and potatoes. Rockledge, what kind of cellars are they?
I'll pass it to Bradley. Root cellar.
Again?
Root cellar.
A root cellar. You got that right, young man. Root cellar is a place where it kind of takes the place of the refrigerator, you know, a natural refrigerator, if you will. All right, go green.
Science potpourri for 5 points.
Potpourri for 5 points. Teams, they probably could not have designed a machine large enough to register the decibels at the beginning of the universe when this sound occurred. Glenarden Woods.
The Big Bang.
The Big Bang, absolutely right, yes. Have you ever seen that TV show? Pretty strange, but fascinating. Go red.
Dateline for 10.
Dateline for 10 points. Teams actor George Clooney recently returned from Sudan in Africa with something he did not want. He had what disease that is carried? Yes, Rockledge.
Malaria.
Yeah, he caught malaria. There were some Anopheles mosquitoes over there that obviously bit him. He had not taken any kind of prophylaxis before he went. All right, nicely done. Go green.
Biosystems for 5 points.
Body systems for 5 points. Teams, all of the excitement around Justin Bieber is sometimes likened. Rockledge? Yes, ma'am.
He broke his foot.
No, he might have done that, but my question, Glenarden Woods, is all the excitement around Justin Bieber is sometimes likened to when your body temperature goes way above 98.6. You suffer from Justin Bieber what?
Fever.
Bieber fever. That's it. Good. Red, go. Oh, the buzzer is rung. That means we come to the end of our first round. You guys are playing really well. Glenarden Woods 75, Rockledge 105. We'll be back with round 2 in just one moment. Don't go away. And welcome back to Science Bowl. Thank you so much for spending part of your day with us and trying to keep up with these 6 outstanding scholars, 6 good-looking kids over here. Let's find out about each of them. Let's go to Glenarden Woods. Glenarden Woods, in our 25-year history of Science Bowl, you have won the county championship 3 times. So we know there's a lot of talent over there. Miss Nancy Stewart, I know, is a fantastic sponsor. She's a real asset to your school and the entire county, in fact. And I know how much you appreciate her. Who's the principal there, Samantha?
Miss Bolding.
Yeah, oh, she's terrific, too. I know how much she supports this team. Now, you had a whole long list of alternates, didn't you? Can you give us at least their first names?
Michael, Margaret, Hunter, and Amu.
Wonderful. That was no trouble for you. We'll bring them out with Miss Stewart in a few moments so that you can meet them all. Samantha, tell us about yourself. Someday you hope to be?
Lawyer.
A lawyer. How'd you get interested in the law?
Well, I just thought because I heard my mom talking about how they were like making new laws for like cell phones. You can't talk on them when you're driving.
That's right.
And I got kind of interested.
Yeah, because you can do some good, you know, for the public good. Even though we all want to do that, we know what a hazard it is, and lawyers certainly are involved in that. So that's a real noble endeavor. I know you like to read. All of you guys like to read. Joe Fell, you're a sportsman. You like soccer a lot. Do you play on a soccer team?
No.
No, but that's one of the beauties of soccer, isn't it? All you need is a ball and a couple of guys or girls and out in the street, and off you go, and you can have yourself a game. Tell me about chemistry. I know you aspire to be a chemist.
Well, I got interested when I saw the show. They mixed 2 chemicals. They reacted differently from these other 2 chemicals mixed, so I got interested.
Yeah, sometimes all it takes is to make a model volcano when you use vinegar and baking soda, and you see the results to really trigger that chemistry interest. So good luck to you. Nice to have you on the show here. John, you are the second person in your family to come our way. Isn't that right?
Yeah.
Now tell us about your brother who was on our show at one time.
Well, it was like he was in middle school. He represented Martin Luther King, and
What was his name?
Dayan Lee.
Dan Lee. And tell us what Dan is doing now.
He's about to go to medical school. He's graduating college this year.
And he goes to Harvard, is that right?
Yeah.
And he's going to go to medical school, and you too want to follow in his footsteps. I think that's wonderful. I know how proud he is, and your dad is of you too. How'd you get interested in medicine other than from your brother?
Well, when I go to the hospital, I watch like the doctors and the surgeons do what they do, and that influenced me to do it.
Absolutely. Well, you know, you never know when those moments, those epiphanies will come, and sometimes it's seeing someone else with a passion for their job, and you think, boy, I want to do that too. Nice to have you back, and thank you for sharing that about your brother. We remember him well, and we're so glad that he's been successful. Rockledge, nice to have you guys back. Talk about being successful. Glenarden Woods got a bye. They didn't have to compete this year yet. You guys have already been here twice. Here you back, third time, wearing your matching Rockledge Rocks shirts over there and your visors and all. A lot of team spirit over there. Autumn, tell us about your school in Bowie. Who's your principal?
Mrs. Landry.
Yeah, and I know she's a supporter of this team. And the sponsor, Miss Kerner, she came in. You guys were in a last-minute addition. Remember, we put you in, and she was thrilled. We're thrilled that you guys are here and that you've done so well. And I know the hard work that she has put in. Any alternates on your team?
Naja Clark and Julia Forbes.
Wonderful. And Grace, you were the alternate before, and it's nice to see you on set right now. I'll be with you in a moment, Grace. Autumn, tell me about yourself. You have some interesting plans, don't you?
Yes, I also want to go to Harvard and be a lawyer in the prosecution of murder and kidnapping cases.
Wow, boy, you have it all. You have your specialty lined up already. You have a good head on your shoulders. You know exactly where you're going. You got a good spirit. I can see why you're the captain over there. Bradley, our young man over there who wants to be a catcher for the Boston Red Sox. And tell me what it is about the Sox you like.
Their history.
Their history, yeah. Tell us about their history.
I think in 2004 they broke like this 86-year curse where Babe Ruth, they sold him to the Yankees, and then they never won a World Series until 2004. And then they finally won. Then they won again in 2007. And then they're getting so good, they say they're going to probably win 3 in a row.
You know your sports trivia. You're absolutely right. Well, they'd be lucky to get a guy with your kind of energy. Now, in addition to wanting to play ball, what do you do in your spare time that makes you such a good student?
I research a little. I research a lot. And I stayed up at 11, like 11:30 at night, just doing research about science.
That's great.
And I read in my spare time a little bit.
Yeah, that shows. That shows. And staying up late, I'm sure your parents give you a pass sometimes because they know you're doing yourself a lot of good. Nice to have you back. Grace, tell us about yourself. Now, you like TV. You don't have a favorite TV show, but you like to watch TV. You can learn an awful lot on television. We hope people are watching this show and learning from you and from your colleagues. Tell us what else you do in your spare time.
Well, I like to read. Yeah.
What kind of books you like?
I like a variety of books.
Yeah, that's sometimes instead of just kind of sticking with one genre, just mystery or historical, to have a nice selection. What do you want to do when you get older?
I'm interested in politics or something to do with animals.
Or animals. You've got, what is it you have at home? You've got a pet.
Yeah, Chihuahua.
A Chihuahua. What's your Chihuahua's name?
Tiger.
Tiger, all right. Big name for a little dog, right? All right, let's get back to our game. 105 for Rockledge, 75 for Glenarden Woods. Lots of points to give away. All the tougher questions remain. Samantha, start us out. You gave us the last correct answer.
Zoo parade for 5.
Zoo parade for 5 points. Teams, what rodent with renowned meteorological skills pops out every February 2nd, Rockledge?
Groundhog.
The groundhog in Punxsutawney, Pennsylvania. That's right. Does he or does he not see his shadow? Go green.
Let's get physical for 5 points.
Get physical for 5 points. Teams, the #1 leading free app in America today is named for these air pockets that you can blow with soapy water. Glenarden Woods.
Bubbles.
Bubbles is right. Yeah, a kid your age came up with this, and now, boy, he is counting that money. Go, Samantha.
Dateline science for 15.
Dateline for 15 points, a multiple choice question. Teams, which of the following renowned scientists is known for his displacement method for determining volume? Because he sat in a bathtub, the water came out. Glenarden Woods.
Archimedes.
Archimedes it is. You didn't need Aristotle and Galileo as choices. Nicely done. Thank you, John, for your assist. 95-110. Boy, this is close. Go red.
Body systems for 15.
Body systems for 15 points. Teams, when you cut yourself, a chemical called fibrin helps to form a fibrous network over the top of the cuts so that new skin can grow. What's that covering called? What is it, Glenarden Woods?
A clot.
Not a clot. Give me more information.
It forms like a scab.
That's exactly right. Yes, the scab is where we were headed. Go, red.
Let's get physical for 15.
Get physical for 15 points. Teams, Castor and Pollux are the twins in this very well-known constellation that we associate with the zodiac. Glenarden Woods. Who are they?
Capricorn.
Ooh, not Capricorn. Good try. Castor and Pollux are the twins in what zodiac sign?
Gemini.
Gemini. You got it. Good comeback. Go green. 110 all. Nope. You're in the lead now by 15 points. Rockledge.
Zoo parade for 15 points.
Zoo parade for 15. Teams, two kinds of these carrion-eating birds, the black and the turkey, live in our area, and they are known to pee on their legs to kill the bacteria that they're exposed to. What kind of birds are they? Glenarden Woods.
Vultures.
Vultures, yes, the black vulture and the turkey vulture. Carrion being, of course, dead things along the side of the road. Red, please. Tie score, 125 all.
Green things 15.
Green things, 15 points. Teams, let's talk spices here. The only spice that is made from the stigma of plants is saffron. It takes thousands of stigmas to make just an ounce of saffron. Stigmas are part of what female part of the plant that is P initialed. Glenarden Woods.
Piston.
Again, say it.
Pistol.
Pistol is correct. Yes, good. Red.
Science potpourri for 15.
Potpourri for 15 points. Teams, weather systems are sometimes named for the areas they affect. Like nor'easters affect the Northeast and the Mid-Atlantic here in America. The monsoon affects Asia and Africa. And the Pineapple Express, Rockledge. Yes, ma'am.
The Bahamas.
Not the Bahamas. Good try. The Pineapple Express is a weather system that originates in these remote islands that are also a U.S. state.
Hawaii.
Hawaii, that's right. Boy, I saw the light bulb pop up over here. Good, red, go.
Zoo parade for 20.
Zoo parade for 20 points. Teams, ants, termites, and now amoebas have something in common with Old MacDonald. Rockledge.
Had a farm?
They have a farm, absolutely right. Amoebas raise bacteria, ants and termites, they raise fungus, and then they eat it. Good, go. Autumn.
Body systems for 20 points.
Body systems for 20 points. Teams, the first ever transplant of one of these has let a woman talk for the very first time in 11 years. She got a brand new what?
Vocal cords?
Not vocal cords. Give me more information, please.
Esophagus?
Not esophagus, no. Judges, I think we need to go to the other team. Rockledge, a woman had not talked for 11 years until she got a transplant of one of these. The first time it's ever been done, Autumn. What'd you think?
Tongue?
No, a larynx or a voice box. Not a vocal cord, a voice box or a larynx we would have accepted. Try again, please. Green. 10-point deficit over there.
Dateline science for 20 points.
Dateline for 20 points. Teams, in his State of the Union address, President Obama said, we are a nation of Google and Facebook, Edison, and these brothers who were aviation. Rockledge. Yes, ma'am. Yes? We're going to have to go to the red team. President Obama said we are a nation of Facebook and Google, Edison, and these brothers who were aviation pioneers.
The Wright brothers?
The Wright brothers is what we're looking for. Yes, go red.
Let's get physical for 20.
Let's get physical for 20 points. Teams, multiple choice question. Dark stars are dark. They are so cool because their energy is not part of the visible spectrum. It's part of the invisible spectrum that is associated with heat. Are they the gamma rays, the ultraviolet rays, or the infrared rays? Which of those three is where the energy from the dark star goes. Glenarden.
Gamma rays?
Not gamma rays, good try. Ultraviolet, infrared, or gamma associated with heat, the invisible part of the spectrum.
Infrared.
Infrared is right. Yes, good. Good comeback, go green.
Science potpourri for 20 points.
Potpourri for 20 points, teams. We all know the rule. You drop your sandwich. Within 5 seconds, if you pick it up, it's safe. Wipe it off and eat it. But we now know that these S-initialed bacteria glom on instantly. Rockledge.
Salmonella.
That's it. Salmonella. Good. Go. Green.
Green things for 20 points.
Green things for 20 points. Teams, your question is as follows. Hydrilla is a water weed that lives in the Potomac River. If you try to get rid of it by chopping it up and throwing it back in, just like a starfish, each part will grow back. Glenarden Woods. Yes, ma'am.
Can I pass it to John?
You certainly may.
Maybe it will grow back its roots, or
Give me more information, please.
it'll stick to the ground and it'll grow back.
Not quite. Not quite. Rockledge, can you tell us if you chop up hydrilla, which is a noxious weed that grows in the Potomac River, it's like chopping up a starfish and throwing it back in the water. Each of those parts will grow back into a whole plant or a whole starfish. What's that process known as? What kind of reproduction?
Self-reproduction.
Again, please?
Self-reproduction.
Self-reproduction. There's another name for that. Can you give it to us? Give me a ruling, judges. No. Correct answer is asexual. Asexual reproduction. Go green.
Body systems for 25 points.
Body systems for 25 points. Teams, boxers sometimes get dementia pugilistica. They get punch drunk because they get hit in the head, just like football players. Their brains look an awful lot like the brains of elderly people who suffer from what A-initial disease? Glenarden Woods. Yes, ma'am.
AstraZeneca?
AstraZeneca? No. No. Rockledge, can you give me the type of A-initial disease that causes dementia in senior citizens that is like the punch-drunk syndrome found among boxers?
Alzheimer's.
Alzheimer's is exactly right. Good. Green.
Science potpourri for 25 points.
Potpourri for 25 points. Look at the monitor in the studio, please. This extinct kind of cattle called an oryx is trying to be brought back by scientists. Jurassic Park style, they're taking DNA from the skeleton of dead oryx from the hardest part of that skeleton. I will give you 25 points if you can tell me what that hardest part is. Glenarden Woods.
Enamel?
Again?
The tooth.
The tooth, absolutely right. That's what I want to hear. Good answer there, Samantha. Go.
Zuparade for 25.
Zuparade for 25 points. Teams, look back at the monitor, please. We have another picture that's going to come up. On the Sci-Fi Channel, they now have some really strange movies about big creatures. This is Sharktopus, a strange hybrid, an octopus, which is an invertebrate, and a shark, which is a vertebrate that has a skeleton, though, that is made of what material? Rockledge.
Cartilage.
That's what I want to hear. Good. Go. Cartilage. Green.
Green things for 25 points.
Green things for 25 points, teams. In Borneo, there are carnivorous pitcher plants that bats are living inside of because they can hide there. They don't get eaten by the plant. The plant, in turn, gets the bat poop that gives them what essential nutrient that they need to live. 25 points is yours if you can tell me, Samantha.
Vitamin A?
Not vitamin A. What essential nutrient is in bat poop that the pitcher plant, the carnivorous pitcher plant, is getting because the bat lives inside?
Protein.
Good try. Almost. Nitrogen. Nitrogen, which they use to make the protein. The buzzer has rung. It looks like Rockledge has done it. We'll be back with a wrap-up in just a moment. Don't you go away. Welcome back. What a hard-fought match today. We expected that because of the talent on these two teams. We're proud of all 6 of our players and indeed all of the players. Where do you see how many are out there? Our final tally is Glenarden Woods 200, Rockledge 235. Congratulations to Rockledge Rockers over there. We're going to see you in the next game. In addition to Grace and Autumn and Bradley's super game today, Miss Kerner, I know how proud you are, and Naja and Julia, nice to have you here. I know that you're proud of the team. Let's see some smiles here. John and Samantha and Joe Fell, you played a super game. You came back with some clutch answers there. And look at all the alternates back there. Wave as I call your name. Margaret and Hunter and Michael and Amu. and the incomparable Miss Nancy Stewart. Always great to have you here. Thank you for being here. We'll see you next time on Science Bowl. Bye-bye.